As some of you may call it A&W. Yeah. But yeah, this was an amazing celebration. It was such a lovely ceremony. And you know, it's going to be a great celebration tonight, so I'm really glad everyone's here. I want to give special thanks to the bride and groom for putting together such a great party, bringing everyone together in really a short time frame, you know, as well. And I've got to say, I'm really impressed with Allison and her ability to just really step back and totally remove herself from the process. To just let Will plan out every detail of the wedding of his dreams. So, for those who don't know, my name's Steve. I've known Will since we were 5 years old, growing up in Hingham, Massachusetts. Trying to be young people here tonight. And I've known Allison since 2007 when she moved into my apartment at 867 Hayes Street. There were a lot of people from there. So. Now, you know, I'd love to take credit for just being, you know, the mastermind matchmaker here, but I will admit this definitely did develop organically and slowly. So yeah, they both definitely sort of didn't let their guard down, didn't want to show their cards too early, and let on that they liked each other as, you know, they were getting to know each other when Will was crashing on our couch and finding his own apartment. But there were some definite signs, you know, that you know, there might be something brewing. I remember one night, 3 of us and a couple of Allison's friends went out to a bar, and the next day, one of them said to Allison, like, "Hey, like that Will guy was really cute. He seemed really cool. Like, you know, I was feeling some chemistry. What do you think? Think there could be a match?" To which she replied, "Nah, I don't really think so. I'm not really seeing it there. You should probably just drop it." So that was a sign that there might have been something developing. Yeah, so like I said, I've known Will for almost 30 years now, which is really crazy to think about. And our parents met through us, and they've become best friends. You know, I really grew up with their family. Definitely in the early years witnessed many battles between Will and Anne and Will and Margaret. You know, that was, you know, when they were a little bit younger. But everyone, you know, really knows that Will is a great family man. There's, you know, no one that he really cares about more. He's also, you know, a great scholar, and he's got his master's at UCLA. He continues to take more classes. He's a volunteer at San Quentin. He manages a baseball team, and of course, he's, you know, been a great boyfriend and now husband to Allison. But what, you know, not everyone here might know is that Will wasn't quite always just a goody two-shoes. Not even close. So yeah, growing up with Will, you know, I'd like to think that we were both just really good kids, but something about us hanging out together just really brought out the troublemaker in both of us. And so many of our, you know, days hanging out, when we would separate at the end of the day, would end with one of us asking the other, "Hey, do you think your parents are going to call mine and tell them what we did?" So in the summers, Will would come down to his Cape House in Easton for like the final 2 weeks of summer, and I would spend the whole summers in the Cape. And so for those final 2 weeks of summer before going back to school, we would be pretty much inseparable, just hanging out. And after that, whenever I'd come back from my first week of school, it was no surprise that I'd always have to come back and explain to my friends at school why I was grounded for the first 2 weeks. And, yeah, naturally, that would somehow tie back to me and Will getting into trouble. But, you know, despite all the trouble that we got into, it was definitely, you know, worth every moment. And, you know, we've had a great friendship for 30 years, so, you know, it's something special. And, you know, Will doesn't wear his emotions on his sleeve exactly, but everyone can tell how happy Allison makes him and how great they are for each other. So, yeah, I just want to close with one little story that sort of speaks to, you know, to Will's affection and devotion to Allison. This was a few years back, maybe like 4 years ago. Our friend Tom, it was his birthday party, and Allison at the time was out on one of her bi-monthly international vacations. so she was out of town, and it was a birthday party, so it's safe to say the drinks were flowing quite liberally that night. And had a great time, great party. Will made it home, and the next morning he was working at the Outside Lands Festival as a server, and for that he had to wear an all-black outfit. And so he got home, and him being such a responsible person, he thought it would make a lot of sense to get into that outfit at night before going to sleep, so he could just wake up and walk right out there. So yeah, he did that, and then went to sleep. His alarm went off, woke up, and something didn't feel quite right. He was a little disoriented. And so he got up and realized that he hadn't got into that black outfit. He just put on some of Allison's black pants that were on the floor. So, yeah, it's a funny story, but I think it really does speak volumes to his affection and devotion to Allison. And that even when she's thousands of miles away, he's still going to try to get in her pants. That's all I got for you tonight. I just want to say congratulations. I couldn't be happier for the two of you, and I wish you the best in marriage, and let's party.